Hi guys!
Hey!
We are back with Dark Shadows by Moonlight. What's going on?
What's going on? The last shot we saw was Burke holding up that little part and saying, "Is this what you're looking for?"
Oh yeah, he had confronted, they were all in the house together and they were okay. Whoa.
Confronting David, and David was like, "Everybody's lying."
Oh my god, alright.
Cool. There we go.
That's crazy.
My name is Victoria Winters. Moment by moment, Collinwood has seen the tight coil of tension drawn closer to the breaking
there
point.
it is.
It looks like a bullet.
And now
is.
nothing remains
It's a bolt.
but the explosion itself. An explosion centered on a small piece of metal resting in the palm of a man's hand.
I didn't do anything.
That was a great shot of each person.
Where did you get this? This is the valve you've been looking for, isn't it? You know very well it is. All I know, Roger, is that the part was missing from your car after the accident. Whether it was that or something else, I couldn't say.
Don't play games with me, Burke. I was almost killed when you removed this valve from my car.
Dang.
Me? But I thought you said...
I'm not interested in that right now. I've been trying to find this valve ever since my car went off the road.
I know. And you also told the sheriff to make a thorough search of my room.
Perhaps he didn't search thoroughly enough. Perhaps you stay here.
Oh!
Young man, this concerns you very much. All right, Burke. I want an answer. Where did you get this?
So tense. Oh my gosh.
I feel like Burke is smarter than this. I don't know what's happening.
I found that valve, Roger. Exactly where you would have found it if you'd have used your energies looking instead of accusing me of trying to kill you.
Just tell me where.
Burn.
David, why don't you tell your father?
Didn't he have it? No!
All right, David. I asked you, Burke.
It was on the road.
What?
On the road.
Hey, even Burke didn't believe you
As I
said that.
explained, I found David wandering through town, and I decided to bring him up here.
But never mind about that.
Well, let's face it, Roger, I never would have found that
Aww.
thing. David,
Don't help
we were driving the
David.
car up the hill toward the house.
David needs help, like professional help.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous curve, Roger. You really should build a retaining wall.
Where was the valve?
Retaining wall.
David told me that he hadn't tampered with the brakes, and I believed him. Since I knew I wasn't responsible either, the only other thing it could have been was that it fell off by itself.
That's not possible.
Anything is possible, Roger. But if you don't believe me, why don't you ask your son? He was there. Wasn't it on the road, David?
Didn't we find it, David, on the road?
Didn't we?
Wow.
You didn't give the boy a
Smooth.
chance.
I
Isn't
knew
that
he was
right?
smarter than that.
Oh yeah.
You were yelling so much I couldn't tell.
David.
You better cooperate,
I'm
David.
outside with Mr. Devlin.
I never had that thing, Father. You heard him. It was on the road.
Ah.
Take him outside, Burke.
Whatever you say. Come on, David.
Work him over. Wow.
You believe that story?
I don't know.
Look at this, Miss Winters. Is this what you found hidden in my son's room?
Yes.
Actually, it's a bullet.
Did they switch it up for a bullet? We can't find the part, just use this.
I don't know. Why did you lie?
No, that's an old habit of mine. the enemy is moving in, you try to keep them stirred up as much as possible. Your father giving you a bad time in there, wasn't he?
Yes.
Tried to kill him.
Yeah.
You know that, don't you? I mean, I had the valve
That's
right in my
besides the point.
pocket. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And boom! Well, it's just lucky I didn't tell him the truth.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, David. This is your friend, Bert. I helped you because I liked you.
We're friends, buddy.
I'm sure I did the right thing.
Might need a favor in the
Your father
future.
could have been killed.
Even David's like, what did I do? What did I kill myself into?
He's made a deal with the devil. The devil and...
Maybe we can tell those stories to them, but not to each other.
What do you want from me?
Not a thing.
I never even had that vow.
I never touched that sheep,
Wow.
so
Wow.
Come on, don't look at me like that, pal. Hey,
Hey, buddy,
remember
come
when you came up to
on.
my hotel room?
Yes, this
And I went into the other room to get you a drink. Well, I peeked. Yeah. I saw you take it out of your pocket and put it under the sofa pillow.
Trying to frame me, huh, buddy, pal?
Instead of trying to pull a stunt like that.
that's not as cool as him just knowing it was there somehow.
Sure, throw it away.
Well, it might have been a little difficult for me to explain if someone else would have found it there.
Well, I wanted to go back, but you wouldn't let me.
No.
Well, there was no point. I already had it in my pocket. That's the real reason you came up there, isn't it?
Yes. I couldn't know that we were going
Oh, come on. You don't have to explain to me.
Hmm.
You were in a jam, right? And you figured the best way to plant that thing was to put it into a room where a man was suspected, right? It just happens to be me.
I'm sorry.
He's got a criminal mind. That's a criminal way of
We're
thinking.
going to be friends, could you?
How you could like me.
Well, let's say I know what it's like to be trapped. You do a lot of things that you're sorry for. Say a lot of things that you're sorry
I
for.
don't think anybody studied their lines today because they're all reading off of cards.
Going around here.
I
Yeah.
didn't
I'd
notice.
say you showed pretty good sense.
Unless they threw that scene at them like all
Yeah.
at once.
A little. But if I was really sorry,
I think they did
I would
that
have
a
told the
lot
truth, didn't I?
back then.
Yeah.
Then we're still friends.
Well, as long as you stay away from my automobile brakes.
Automobile?
You're gonna send me away.
That's no reason to do what you did.
Automobile?
Was
It's very stupid, Miss Winters, not holding on to this valve after you found it in David's room.
I thought it would be
He's
safe
right.
locked in my drawer. I never dreamed that David would find another key and get it back.
Are you certain that's what happened?
Mr. Collins, I'm getting a little bit tired of people not believing me.
I'm sorry, Miss Winters.
Hmm.
It's not easy to accept the fact that one's own son, and now Devlin tells me he found this valve in the road. I don't know what to think.
Oh, don't think any of this has been easy for me. I know that David is only a boy, and what I've been saying is horrible. But the facts are there. If Mr. Devlin said he found that valve on the road, then it must be where David threw it after he got it out of my drawer.
And where Devlin conveniently found it. Miss Winters, excuse me. Hello? Oh, Carolyn. Yes, he's home. About half an hour ago. Yes.
No, I can't pick you up from the blue whale.
Hey, what? Are you sure? All right, Carolyn. Thanks for calling. Something's wrong.
What is it?
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure. Tell me, where did Devlin say he ran into David?
In town, he saw him wandering through the street. Why?
Why would he lie about that? Something's going on, Miss Winters. Something that I neither understand or like.
Uh-oh.
Carolyn inquired at Burke's hotel. When he left his room, David was with him.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Come on, music guy.
Not even nothing. Nothing. Let's go listen to records.
You're my bestest friend.
It's not very good, but it's the only one we have. See, that's my mother and that's me.
Oh, the
He's
mother.
taking a picture. Isn't she pretty?
Why is it on newsprint?
Yes, she's.
Oh God.
Oh.
Because
You love her, don't you?
they're so famous in Collinwood that they,
Mm.
yeah.
She's in the hospital.
I know.
If she were here, she'd never let him be so mean to me.
She's in the hospital. She's like in the mental hospital.
Yeah,
right?
supposedly. I
Now, do they stick with that later?
don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
You knew my mother, didn't you?
Very well.
She'll be coming back. And then I won't have to see Miss Winters.
Don't you like Miss Winters?
I hate her. But weren't for her, no one would find out.
David, you can't blame other people for the things that you do.
Seriously.
Oh, I could.
She tried to get me in trouble, and she got me in trouble. And I'll get
For
even.
that meddling Victoria Winters.
I want to talk to you.
Now it looks like it's my turn.
That's not particularly funny. As soon as you take David upstairs and stay with him.
It was.
Come inside, Burke.
If you ever need a friend, you've got one.
Aww.
Oh.
I'm your friend. Shut up.
Don't ever speak to me again.
What's that you have there? May I see it?
No. I'll be in your room. Don't bother me.
How many times do we have to go over this, Roger? I told you I met your son in town.
In the street?
Yes.
And then you came here directly.
Yes.
And how do you account for the fact that someone saw you and David coming out of your hotel room?
Oh. I see.
What?
That's right, Burke.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, the trouble I see.
David, I know you're angry with me.
Do you?
Let me ask you.
Do you?
You can see that, can't you? What you did was a terrible thing, and there's no use trying to deny it. Leave me alone. I'm afraid I can't do that. Your father wanted me to stay here with you. You should never come here.
What difference would that have made? Your father was almost killed. My coming here had nothing to do with that.
You blamed me for it, didn't you?
I told the truth.
I hate you.
Ooh.
Dang.
Well, he stayed in
Hope
my
you don't have a
hotel
car.
room for about an hour or so. Then it looked like it was going to rain, so I brought him up here.
I see. And during that trip, you just happened to find the valve on the road.
That's right.
Is it right, Burke? Or
Is
is it
it?
as much a lie as your
How can you
story of
possibly
finding
find a
David
valve on the road
wandering
when you're
around the
driving?
Now, wait a minute, Roger.
When he was
street? You're both
driving,
Is
alike.
that what he's
I
saying?
think he like was looking, pulled over and looked for it.
Oh.
The only reason I didn't
That's right,
take
drink
him
up.
to my hotel room is I was afraid
It'll
of
help.
He's
That always
in
helps.
enough trouble.
How do you know he was in trouble? Did he tell you about
Yes,
it?
he did. I should have been glad about it. Because I could get you off of my neck. But I felt sorry for the kid. Roger.
Sorry. Why did he come up to see you?
Beats me.
Burke, he spent an hour with you. If he managed to get into town just to do that, he must have had a darn good reason.
Hmm.
Maybe he wanted to see what I looked like.
All right, Burke.
The blasting off about me for
I like
years,
Burke.
haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Ever since that accident, kids heard nothing but Burke Devlin around here. So he makes a trip to the zoo to look at the monster.
Oh.
Well, he saw it, Roger. And let me tell you something else. He didn't think he was such a bad guy.
Burke, I want you to stay away from David.
Why? Afraid he'll get contaminated? Don't you think it's a little late for that, Roger?
That's my affair, not yours.
Well, if you want my advice...
I tell you this. I don't want anything from you, Burke.
Ooh.
Not now, not tomorrow, or ever.
You
Dang.
know, Roger, I don't think you're upset because you think David tampered with your brakes. You're sore because I did.
All right, Burke.
No, it's not all right. You wanted to hang it on me, didn't you?
Ew.
Dancing through the streets because you thought you'd found a way to send me back to prison.
Haha, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm sorry to spoil your fun, Roger. Let me tell you something else. If anyone tampered with your brakes, it wasn't me. It was your own son.
Whoa.
Son,
Well, he is
son.
turning him in.
Good job, music
How
guy.
long do I have
Yeah.
to stay up here?
That's up to your father.
I have to stay with you.
Hey, is she reading
Or should I go
Meccano?
home?
Maybe it was her all
Want to
along.
stay here?
Well, she's a witch, don't you know?
Would you like to read a magazine?
No.
Hmm?
I have a book.
I don't want anything from you.
I told you I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
Lumiere, Cogsworth, what are you doing here?
Oh my god.
Of course not.
Well, I wish you were dead.
Dang.
1,000 ghosts would come in here and
That's enough,
strangle.
David.
I heard that shit about 1,000 ghosts. Shut up.
Please go.
1,000 ghosts couldn't do anything. They're ghosts.
You haven't seen 13 ghosts.
No. Been a while, that's for sure. Did you do it?
What are you going to do?
Give him an enema. I just watched that movie the other
Watch
night.
another enema.
Yes, another and another until you have come to your senses.
Wow.
4 hands? I'm pretty good at the base.
I don't think so, thank you.
The great Peter
What
McNichol
about the
Yes.
and Harvey Korman.
Yeah.
You didn't see the way Mr. Collins looked at him.
All right, you won't bother him. He'll let off a little steam, tell him what he thinks of him, but he won't hurt him. Besides, you're the one that ought to worry.
Me?
Yes, you, my little governess, you.
I thought you were saying my little chickadee.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't it, Miss Winters?
Doesn't it?
Well, I stay away from open windows. But
Dang.
still, pack up and go home.
Why are you so concerned about me?
Can't you see I love you?
I'm a man of impulse,
Oh.
Ooh.
because I think I like you.
Oh.
Because I'm
I don't
naked
want
under
to
this
see you
coat.
sprawled out like a widow's
Of
hill.
course he is.
Take my advice, Miss Winters.
I never had
Get on a train and go back to that foundling home.
I can't. Not yet.
Still trying to find out some things about yourself?
Some of us can't afford to hire private detectives.
Oh,
Touche.
oh, you heard about that. My man wasn't very discreet, was he? But if you'd like to see the report that he made on Victoria Winters, I'd be delighted to show it to you. If you'll join me for dinner.
I'm afraid I can't think about dinner at the moment.
Just wants to use her as a pawn.
Oh.
I didn't do it. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Don't lie to me, David. It's
This is gonna be his whole life. I didn't do it. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Because he's a weasel.
Stay away where you can't do damage to anybody else. David, come back here.
I'm gonna lock him up.
David,
With his mom.
In
Ooh.
the crazy hospital.
Holy Frick, help me!
David.
I'll take this boy as my own.
Oh god.
I'm sorry, David. I can't do anything for you now.
The only way you can
He's
stop
your
it is
dad.
to get out of here.
Mr. Collins, what are you going to do?
For the moment, I'm going to lock him up in his room and later on we'll see.
You know, you guys should be happy with your problems right now because they get a lot worse.
There's no way to know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I guess I'd better go before I wear out my welcoming.
You think it's all pretty amusing, don't you?
Heck
Well,
yeah.
yes. It's sort of like the judgment of the gods, in a way. If you change your mind about the dinner, I'll be at my hotel.
Hmm.
Oh, and by the way, remember what I said.
I thought he was gonna say and wear something
Stay away.
sexy or something.
Wow. I don't have anything sexy.
How did these clothes just magically arrive on my bed?
Little skimpy dress. This is one of Carolyn's.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Wow!
Are you serious?
That was fast. That's how
Wow.
good it was. That's how
very
good.
good.
It was.
Mhm.
That was a exciting, thrilling episode. I don't know.
My name is Victoria Winter.
It was good.
Yeah.
Collinwood, there is a moment of quiet.
That is the house from Scooby. We've probably said that before. That's the house from
Yeah,
Scooby Doo. The intro. That's just so cool.
But there are other storms. The unending chill of fear that sweeps through the silent corridors.
Hi, I'm the unending
All this
chill.
places come together.
Stick to the candles. The staircase can be treacherous.
Huh. Nobody to abuse.
Oh.
It's your ex-wife.
Wait, nobody walked in?
Who is it? He knew somebody was coming, but he never did.
There it is.
Roger, how long have you been home?
Long enough.
How long?
Wait.
I mean, where did she go? She never leaves.
Yeah, she's been leaving lately. I think just on the
Let
ground,
him know the
so
cause.
she's going anywhere.
Why? What happened?
Missed quite a few things.
Did you hear something about David?
Yes. He tried to kill me. My own charming son.
Well, you're not a great dad, so to be fair.
Where all criminals
He
belong.
locks me up, my own
Under
charming
lock and key.
dad. It's gonna let him out. Ding, 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 ding.
No, he will not stop.
What do you mean locked in his room?
This is
Somebody's gotta
unaccepted,
finish it.
David. David's upstairs, locked in his room. There'll be no more running away for that young man.
Get home.
Liz, you phoned me when David was missing, but I'd like to know why you didn't tell me the reason.
I
She
wasn't
looks
sure.
like Underdog
Sure.
just destroyed her bank.
Well,
Oh God!
red cylinder was found in his room, wasn't it?
Yes, but it could have been. I don't know.
You know that after it was taken from his room, it was locked in a dresser. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
And I'm sure you also know that David got it out of that dresser and then disappeared.
Maybe it wasn't the part to your car. Maybe it was something else that looked like it.
A
It
bullet,
wasn't
maybe.
something else, Liz.
It
It
was
was
a
this.
bullet.
Silver bullet.
Where did you find it?
It
That
came
would
home
kill
with
a
my son.
werewolf.
There's no question about it. He tried to kill me.
But how? How could he have done it?
Very simply. All he needed was a wrench.
No.
I knew that wasn't like a stinger moment. I knew about that.
I mean, the housewives that were watching this in 1960s did not know that.
They've said it about 50
Look,
times.
throw in the wrench. I need to know.
Tell him I'd like to. He is.
Yes, I'm wearing my uniform.
I'm wearing my uniform today.
George, I'm sorry to bother you. Bother me? You just saved the town of Collinsford a phone call. I just was going to have my deputy get in touch with you. Come on. Sit down. Oh, what do you want to see?
Oh, right here.
Well, Bill, I thought maybe you could help me with it. Bill, I need information. Information about the Collins family.
What's happening?
Roger, his sister Elizabeth, all of them. Why ask me? Well, I guess maybe because you manage their fishing fleet and cannery.
The fishy.
You're probably closer to them than anyone.
Flannery and Flannery.
Flannery.
Nope.
Hmm.
Bill, you're a hard man.
Why would you get one of the employees to, like, high employees do it?
Yeah.
That's all that I want. But without prying into that family. And Jonas, we all know who tampered with the brakes on Roger's car. Burke, you mean? Hey, Burke Devlin. I know you saw him today, Jonas, and I'm sure he told you the only reason he came back to town was for a social visit. Something like that. Well, did he also tell you he had a private detective asking questions around town for 2 weeks before he arrived? Is that what you came here to tell me? I figured it might help you build a case against him. Bill, I already know about the private detective. Well, then go out. Wait a second. Just wait. I know the facts against Burke in this case. Right now, I wish I could make them hold up. As I said before, I've got problems. Well, I don't see what problem you have. I need your help. I really need your help, Bill.
Help me, Bill. Help me.
I have to do something I don't like to do. Look, I was always fond of Burke myself. Just forget about Burke. Forget about Burke for a minute. Just try to answer my questions.
But Burke.
About the family.
Answer the questions.
Oh, God.
One member of that family.
Colonel Hogan?
Just one. A 9-year-old boy named David.
No, I never heard of him.
He does sound like this when he walks.
Does he?
No, I subbed it in
All
time.
bobbleheadish?
Yeah, but like it's a
Tell the
cool
truth
like.
about this.
Oh,
It's like
got
a
it,
cool
yeah.
like.
Roger, who else knows about this?
What difference does it make?
I want to know.
Yes, I'm not concerned with who knows about it. What keeps going through my mind is the 9 years I've spent living with that boy. Well, they're over now.
He's still your son.
He's a monster, Liz. And nothing but trouble to me since the day he was born. David and his mother.
The day he was
My
born.
My adoring son.
You
Laura.
was trouble.
Love and respect. Liz, it was hell. Are you sure of that, Liz? I'm not.
What?
I married Laura right after Burke's trial, didn't I? She was his girl, wasn't she?
Laura.
And David was born
He
almost
was-
8
she
months
was
after our
Burke's
marriage.
girl.
Oh, he stole
You
her.
know? And maybe.
He stole
I
her.
know that all the years
Yeah.
I spent looking at that boy, I kept seeing.
After the trial, right? Is that what he said?
Whoa, yeah.
So he got him thrown in jail and then he stole his girl?
Dang.
Why?
That's
Because
pretty
he's
awesome.
deceitful, vicious.
Seems like something David would do.
He
It
tried
never
to
works
kill
out.
his
The
own
girl
father.
never wants you when
Perhaps
you
he
do
didn't
that.
realize what would happen.
Oh, come on, Liz. Don't try to protect the boy. I've known him. You haven't. He's been here 2 months. I've been with him for
What?
9 years.
He's only been
You
there
know what
2
they add
months?
up to those
No,
9
Burke's been
years.
there for 2 months.
No.
There.
They're talking about David.
No, I think you got that mixed up. He said I've known him for 9 years.
What's
Yeah, the little boy.
Burke's been there for 2 months.
I realize it.
He said,
I'm pretty sure he said, yeah.
yeah, he said I've known him for 9 years. Oh,
I heard him say,
yeah, no. He's
He was talking about David with the 9 years
No,
earlier.
no,
look, Jonas. all
Audience,
kids go through
comment
that
and
kind
see
of-
who's right.
No kids, Bill.
I was right.
I don't think
Just
so.
one. Do they have these fights often? What are you getting at? Bill, do you think David's the kind of boy that would really hate his father? I don't mean kid stuff. I mean hate. The real thing. Well, I don't think he likes it. Before the accident, do you have any particular argument between them? I think you'd better tell me what you're after. Was there an argument? Could be important, Bill. Well, Roger said something about sending him away. For boarding school, I guess. And David was pretty upset about that.
How upset is pretty upset.
Serial upset.
You're out of your mind.
I hope so, Bill. I sincerely hope
So
so.
David's unpredictable, sure, a little while maybe, but he wouldn't try to... Jonas, I can't even say it.
You don't even know, sir. You don't even know him.
But I'm thinking,
Why?
this wrench, the one that removed the valve on Roger's car, when I took it back to the house from the garage, I had it wrapped in a handkerchief. I wanted to get a clear set of prints. I put it down. David was there.
And?
He knocked it off the table. Accidentally, he said. But before I could stop him, he picked it up.
So David's fingerprints are on the wrench? What does that mean?
That kid's got a criminal mind for
There's
sure.
two sets of
No,
fingerprints.
he's good.
David's, Burke's.
You saw David handle the wrench.
That's right. And Burke already admitted that he handled it.
I know, he said he found it on the seat of the car.
Well, I think he did. Listen, Bill, I've been going over this thing in my mind, just about ready to turn in my badge. I never thought Burke fooled with those brakes. Now, he's too smart to have gone through with it, and having been seen standing there with a wrench in his hand.
But the car did crash.
Exactly. So I believe Burke was telling the truth, and that he did find the wrench in the seat of the car. That it was someone else who used it and put it there. So I came back here and took another look at these prints. Here, take a look at this one. The smaller one's David's. The larger one is Burke's.
Naturally.
Well, look at him. Burke's is almost covering David's.
Well,
which
David's
means
is almost
David
covering Burke's.
handled the wrench
Yeah,
twice.
how you know?
Once when it went to the floor and he picked it up, and once before Burke got there.
Listen. I don't see how you can tell which one's covering
Why,
which.
Paul, here, sure. Burke's fingerprint is on top of David's.
Well, that's the picture.
It doesn't prove anything. I mean, one fingerprint doesn't prove David tampered with the brakes and then left the wrench in the car seat.
No. But it raises a suspicion, wouldn't you say?
No, I wouldn't.
I think that uniform is making your mind a little hot.
Yeah, he's on the ball.
What do you intend to do about it?
We're gonna kill them all.
I don't know what to do about it, Bill.
That's why I
I
called you.
really don't.
Well, he knows what to do about it.
Oh yeah.
Drink it up.
Excuse me.
So poisoning.
Just lay on his bed staring at the ceiling. It was just as if I were in a room alone.
There isn't much for him to say.
I begged with him, pleaded with him to tell me it wasn't true, that he hadn't done it.
Yes, I think it's gone past that point.
But I feel so helpless. I don't know what to do.
Well, I do. It's time we face reality, Liz. David isn't a normal child for whatever reason, and he needs special help.
But he's so frightened.
But he should be. Liz, there are places, schools equipped to help problems like him.
No, Roger. I don't want to think about that.
But you've got to.
But this is his home. I don't want to send him away.
Do you know that if he was older, he would be in prison for what he tried to do?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not older.
Do you know what would happen if
He
I
will
told
be.
the sheriff the truth? The juvenile authorities would insist on a hearing.
You're wrong, Roger. I'm sure you're wrong.
Liz, I'm telling you what I
I
know.
don't care what you're telling me. There's no reason for the sheriff or anyone else to know about this.
I believe you actually want him to stay
This is how
here.
Michael Myers' mother was.
Terrible thing. I'm not the one. It's all about
You know
that.
what?
He tried to kill me,
The
Liz.
remake.
Kill me.
No, I just
You
mean
want
like
me to
in general.
let
This is
go
how
of
like
so we can try again?
she's like, there's nothing wrong with her. It's okay.
And again, please.
For sure.
What happens next? A loose rock, some rat poison in my coffee.
Woohoo!
I've tried to
9 to 5.
I told
Have
him
you really?
I have
Cup of
tried to cook for
ambition.
that for 9 years. 9 years of torment.
And what do you think those
See?
years were like for him?
Yeah, with David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment he was born.
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to deal with or even understand.
That was the excuse what he did.
I'm not looking for
So he
excuses. I
said,
want to
David,
help
David's
him,
only
not
been there for
turn
9
away.
years. He's 9 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
You say this adds up to 9 years.
You're confused.
You are.
I'm telling you it adds up to more than 9 years. Your boy lying on his bed, trembling with fear, afraid of everything and everyone.
I'm supposed to be blamed for that, I guess.
I've seen you with him, Roger. I've seen the hatred pour out of you, smothering him, driving him deeper and deeper into his own fears until he had nowhere to turn.
And that excuses him?
Nothing excuses him. Let me make that clear. Nothing. But he's been forced to live his lifetime with your guilt.
Guilt? Maybe you better tell me what you mean, Liz.
No, it doesn't matter.
Perhaps it does, Liz.
You tell him.
I had no right to say that. I'm sorry.
I have no guilt, Liz.
Roger,
You don't.
our family stands together. We always have and we always will. I think I've proved that to you in the past. I want to do as much for your son.
But David may not be.
Don't tell me he's not your son because I won't accept that. He belongs to them.
What does he think he might be Burks?
Yeah.
Jeremiah, Isaac, Benjamin.
That's a
all of them.
whole new thing.
He's the youngest and the last. And he needs our help. And we're going to give it to him. Here.
What happens when other people find out?
No one will find out. I'll see to that.
Oh, Liz, it's insane. I won't let you do
What,
it.
are you gonna go outside or something?
I've made
Oh no,
up
she's
my
got her
mind.
phone. I forget about her
Mail
phone.
something.
What do you expect me to do?
I expect you to remember that he's not a criminal. I expect you to leave him alone and allow Miss Winters and me to give him the happiness and attention that he deserves.
Did you say tension? That's what I heard. It's your cousin Barnabas from England.
No, please, come on.
Is this a bad time? I can come back later.
Yes, it is a bad time,
I'll
right?
come back later.
Not too much later, I hope.
No, much later. Like this whole thing
Want to see
cleared up.
Mr. Collins about something
You
important?
can't handle me right now.
It's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna change everything.
All that concerns me. All that concerns our sacred family. Excuse me. That's no strong knit group we have here on this hill. My sister is a great believer in family tradition. The strong
Tradition. Jawohl.
no matter what the consequences may be.
Roger.
You are
I'm sure
60,
Jonathan
going
will
on 70.
lecture on family
God,
Matter
no.
of fact, Mrs. Stoddard, family loyalty does have a little bit.
What the hell?
I want you to know this isn't easy.
You
for
know
me.
from old.
It's wrong, but I've been giving it a lot of thought.
It's not
Well,
that.
I wasn't
I don't
gonna
know.
come, but I thought I should come and discuss it with you. With both of you, that is.
Is it about the accident?
Yes.
Don't tell me you finally arrested Burke Devlin. Talk about irony.
Roger, please.
He's liquored up right now.
No,
Yeah, he is.
I haven't arrested Burke. I guess I know, you know that I never felt that Burke was really responsible for your brother's accident.
And how right you were.
Roger.
Why not give the man credit? It was you and I, Liz. We always blame Burke for tampering with my brakes. And think of the injustice that it was. At least Mr. Carter had the instinct and the perception.
Roger, that's quite enough.
Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. I didn't mean to make another speech. 1,000 apologies, Mr. Carter.
I love his acting. It's great.
Unless you remember, Burke said he found it in the seat of your car.
I remember.
Mrs. Stoddard, I want you to know I could be wrong. I've made mistakes before, lots of times.
Is it about David?
You're fired.
Tell me, Mr. Carter. Is it about my son?
Yes. There were prints on the wrench.
Jonas, there's no reason to go on with this.
I wish there weren't, Mrs.
What I
Stoddard.
mean is we've learned we were all mistaken. Not only about Burke, but about the reason for the accident.
I don't understand.
Well, you see, no one did tamper with the brakes. The valve fell off by itself.
Liz!
I'm sorry I couldn't call you, but I just found out about it.
You gotta be loyal to the family, Roger.
Please let me explain. Our caretaker just told me. He was afraid to mention it because of the accident. But it seems that the valve had been loose
She's
several
pulling
times.
rank
before,
over
and
here.
should have been replaced.
I like it.
You mean the valve fell off by itself?
Yes.
Yes, if you want to keep your job, you will say yes.
Really? Yeah, I guess there it is. I guess I'll go home.
Usually there's some money involved though, like,
What did you
yes, that's what happened.
Well, like you said, if he wants to keep his job.
Exactly where it fell.
I see. What you mean is you want me to drop the case?
Well, there are no criminals involved. Why continue?
Well, I always did like easy solutions.
I usually do this for a Benjamin.
Then there'll be no further investigation.
Why should there be when there's no one to investigate? Well, I better be getting home. I promised my wife I'd take her to a movie.
I'll see you to the
He's
door.
so sad. That was like his first investigation in 10 years. He's like, damn it.
No harm, no foul.
Mr. Collins, give your son my regards.
Stay away from that boy of yours.
Give my regards to David. I don't know why I
Harold Square.
You're welcome.
No, thank you.
We're gonna have a lightsaber fight.
Good day, sir.
My lawyer.
Like that.
We all have a choice, Liz. It's just what we do with it.
You know what he was going to say.
Yes?
Well, then I had to lie to him, don't you see? I had to protect David.
You protected a monster, Liz. But don't ever forget that. Because there'll come a day, perhaps not tomorrow, but it will come. And you will regret it.
Wow.
I believe it. He's right. He's not wrong.
Oh, that never comes.
I mean, because he changes somehow. Because he starts seeing fun things. Little spirits.
What? What are you talking about?
David.
Oh, David. Yeah.
Roger's already seeing spirits.
He's very close with the spirits.
All right.
That was cool. That was a
really
good
cool.
one. Yeah.
Yay.
Woo!
We'll see you guys next
See
time.
you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.